Despite being very short, Samurai 8 has managed to become one of the most powerful shonen anime in history, and we'll be starting with the lesser feats moving on to the more crazy stuff that's going on later in the story. Even at the start of the show, Wata is stated to be capable of wiping out entire planets, and on top of that we've seen him traveling at massively faster than light plus speeds, being capable of casually crossing solar systems, and perhaps even galaxies. Wata is also shown being capable of slicing an entire planet in half. And Hachimaru in his own regard was capable of using another planet's entire atmosphere, moving it at massive speeds to create a giant blade which he used to completely obliterate that entire planet. Some calculations even have it at large planet level, and that's just assuming that this was a moon, when in reality this is stated to be an entire planet. So even at the start of the show, these characters are pretty much planet busters and massively faster than light plus, and on top of that we can argue that they are star level considering the fact that the Ruma's technique is literally called the Starbreaker. And on top of that, we also have Kawa, who is stated to be capable of destroying both planets and stars. But all of this is child's play compared to the metas that Fudo introduced to the series, because Fudo is the ultimate god of the show basically, and he is stated to have infinite power in every single way. He is an infinite being with infinite stats, and on top of that, he created the entire universe, with everything that has mass in the universe coming directly from him, which means that he directly scales to the mass of the universe through the physical universe. He's also stated to be the space itself, which also means that he scales to the space-time, and the same universe is stated to be infinite. So Fudo is pretty much universal plus at the very least of this alone. After Hachimaru becomes the next Fudo, he becomes infinite as well, with him being capable of using the shooting star sword which requires infinite stats. His stats are shown, and he is shown to have infinite durability, infinite strength, and infinite speed, which means that Hachimaru has infinite speed and is at least high universal. On top of that, Hachimaru is capable of single-handedly shifting the entire space-time continuum and even making everything come to a halt, including time itself, which implies that he is universal plus because he did it on a universal scale. And on top of that, Ata has an impressive speed feat as well, with him being capable of perceiving things and moving in zero time, considering the fact that Hachimaru literally stopped time itself. Which means that even the likes of Ata already have infinite speed. This isn't even the craziest part of the scaling, considering the fact that Fudo implies that the plane that Hachimaru transcended to is a higher level of existence, and Fudo has already stated that there are many dimensions and many different infinities, which implies the existence of higher dimensional spaces within Samurai 8. And if the plane that Hachimaru transcended to is a higher dimension, that meaning that it's at very least 4 spatial dimensions and 1 time dimension, then that means that this plane would be wall complex multiversal or 5-dimensional. And Daruma himself states that upon Hachimaru ascending to the higher plane of existence, he transcended both space and time. Of this, Hachimaru would basically be a wall complex multiversal along with the likes of Fudo. And the funny thing is that Naruto actually scales to this, because in the promotional material for the manga, we actually see that Naruto is capable of summoning the entire verse, which includes that same, at the very least, 5-dimensional space. This was a base from Naruto before his fight in the final valley against Sasuke, as we see that he has both his arms, which means that Sasuke, Madara and Kaguya all scale to this feat. This is not inconsistent, as we've seen the likes of Obito, Madara, Moshiki and Kaguya all create parallel universes, space-time included, and they all created multiple of them. So yeah, even in Shinobi collections we see Kaguya create an attack that broke the entire game, which contains all those dimensions, so there's that. Samurai 8 would just serve for more proof for Naruto being multiversal and beyond, even accessing the whole complex multiversal tier. So this is it for this video, and see ya in the next one.